Oh, you all knew this video was coming. I just got done selling my $2,000 PC. All right, now let me spec this thing out for you. Let me tell you exactly what this thing was packing, because I don't think you understand. In the current climate, I had what was essentially one of the most powerful PCs that a consumer could have. Now, let me be very clear. I did not buy this. I built this from the ground up. And when I did so, I thought she was my baby. I thought I was bringing to life the console killer. I thought that I was giving birth to the gaming platform that would outdo and completely ruin all other gaming platforms. Needless to say, I really did not spare any expense, okay? So, quick rundown. I threw an MSI motherboard in there that had built-in Bluetooth, built-in Wi-Fi, had all the extra little, nicks and knacks, all that fun stuff. I did not cheap out on the motherboard. It cost me $150. I threw in 32 gigs of RAM. I had a terabyte NVMe drive, as well as a 500 gig hard disk drive, for storage, photos, videos, old games, what have you. I threw in a water cooler for my processor, which was a Ryzen 5 3700X. No, I did not overclock it. I didn't get to that point. We're going to get into that here in a minute, but it was water cooled, so there could have been plenty of overclocking opportunity had I wanted to take it. And then we get on to the behemoth, what many would say is a better investment than a console. I slapped an RTX 3070 Ti in there. That's where the bulk of the budget went to, for being honest. I mean, that is what cost me over $1,000 in the current climate. So I threw all that together, and I gave it a shot. I gave PC gaming a whirl. And wouldn't you know it, this was all done within the last 3 weeks. I didn't even make it a month before all the headaches and all the bullshit just started wearing me down. These PC ports are trash, man. Just this year alone. Let me list all the major releases that had severe PC issues. Severe. I'm talking like borderline made it unplayable. Resident Evil Village had horrible stuttering that fucking Digital Foundry had to come out and do a video on in order to get Capcom to fix it. Capcom would not have given a shit, would not have put forth the effort if they did not get exposed like the clowns that they are from Digital Foundry. Deathloop completely thrashed PCs with its aiming issue. You literally could not use the one advantage that Deathloop had on PC versus console. You could not use the mouse and keyboard. It stuttered. And it wasn't like the Resident Evil stuttering where it was a constant every 3 to 5 seconds. This was anytime you moved the mouse. If you used the controller, you were fine. Well, PC guys ain't gonna be cool with that. New World is probably the biggest offender of them all, completely frying graphics cards, literally killing graphics cards. A PC exclusive game, the one platform it came out on, and it kills graphics cards. To my knowledge, and somebody can point out if I'm wrong, I don't believe they ever fixed this. I believe there are still people, specifically with EVGA graphics cards, who are seeing their shit literally just die because they're playing New World. And, well, it comes from Amazon, so we really shouldn't be that surprised. Fuck Jeff Bezos. And then we got the latest offender. We have Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. That is not even performing at a PS5 level on a 3090. This is a $1,500 graphics card in the current climate, $2,000 graphics card, let's be honest. And it cannot perform at a steady frame rate that a $500 machine can. And I hear the PC fanboys out here already, oh, but Dead Metal, well, that's all down to the developer, man. The PC has so many advantages and so many things about it that make it better than the console. It's the developer's fault for not optimizing the game. Who makes the fucking games? The developers. If we're not holding them responsible, if their end product does not dictate whether you should purchase a platform or not, what the fuck are you buying a gaming PC for? Most people play the AAA games. They want to play the new Resident Evil. They want to play the new Deathloop. They want to play these fucking games. They want to play PC exclusive games like New World. And they want to play the superior versions of games like Final Fantasy VII. But yet these PC clowns out here, oh, we got the superior version, man. No, every single one of those games I just mentioned are superior on the console. 100% guaranteed, because they don't have these fucking issues. Because you're not sitting there beating your head against the fucking wall. Oh, we'll just give it some time, they'll optimize it. Motherfucker, give it some time. I'm not buying a 3090 to fucking wait on the games. You clowns. Now, let's say you're willing to put up with the trash ports. I'm going to cast that aside, rant over. Never mind the fact that most AAA developers target the console as the baseline platform, because that's where most people are going to be playing the games, all right? Your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, your Tomb Raiders, your Uncharted, your God of Wars, your Halos, your Gears of Wars, all that. They're all using the fucking console as a baseline in development, because that's where they're going to get the most money, all right? Money talks, people. Now, why else should you not get a PC? Why is PC objectively the worst platform to play these games on at this juncture? Well, first off, you ain't even got physical games, all right? Physical games are the greatest part about gaming. Actually playing the game, actually gaming is secondary to holding the box. My favorite part after oh my God, I undress the fucking packaging like I'm taking a bitch's panties off, all right? Smooth and slow, and then you just rip that shit right off like a Band-Aid, and you dive in, and you give it a smell. Am I at the fish market or what? Ah, damn, all right. So owning the physical game is so much more valuable than digital, because they can yank that shit away from you at any time. Physical games have multiple different fronts, different sellers, and then there's an entire used market, all right? So let's say you want to go buy the new Call of Duty. You're not locked to PSN. A lot of these fucking PC guys are out here perpetuating and propagating this bullshit. Well, we got multiple marketplaces, man. You know, there's just competition and we get lower prices. You know, there is so much wrong with that sentiment. It is fucking disgusting. First off, there are multiple storefronts competing for your console sales when it comes to the games. You have, if it gets a physical release, you get the big box retailers, your Amazon, your Walmart, your Target. You get all of these shops who run deals regularly because they need to move inventory. Then, on top of that, you get an entire used market. You get eBay, you get Amazon Warehouse, you get all these, Craigslist. Nobody's selling PC games on Craigslist unless they're using stolen keys. I wouldn't trust that shit. But a physical game, you can see it's there. You can see it. Now, if you're locked into the digital-only console, guess what? You still have options. Yeah, you still have options. You can go on Amazon.com and you can search for digital keys for your PS5 or Series X. You can go on Target. They sell digital keys too. You can go on even some of those shady-ass PC websites like CD Keys. They sell digital console games. Holy fuck. The PC guys are living back in 2005 not thinking this is fucking possible. But, when you break it all down, the PC is objectively the worst platform to be gaming on. And it does not take a scientist, does not take a fucking scientist to figure it out, all right? Too many headaches, too many walls. It's so disgusting. PC gamers they obsess over frame rate, they obsess over graphical settings, they obsess over overclocking and getting even more, like 2% better performance out of their current rig, which is funny coming from a bunch of people who are clearly fine spending money on inferior products. All right, my Xbox Series X, I did my own comparison against the 3070 Ti. My Xbox Series X ran most of the games better. It did. You don't believe me? You can kiss my lily white ass. So I am so thankful that this dumbass teenager and his fucking prick of a father just left my house. me being 2,000 richer, and I was more than happy to pawn that piece of shit PC off on them. They can deal with the fucking headaches. When the game's not working, they can spend 2 hours troubleshooting. They can reinstall Windows. They can clean install the graphics card drivers. They can figure out why the Realtek sound driver is causing Mortal Kombat 11 to crash. They can figure out the blue screen of death codes. They can fucking figure out that why using a controller in Bluetooth mode causes the game to stutter every 10 seconds, but plugging it in doesn't. They can figure out that why randomly, out of the blue, everything's working fine for 2 weeks, and the one day the fucking display doesn't work. They can figure out all those fucking RAM errors, why you're suddenly getting these fucking blue screens of death that say there's a violation in the memory. They can go run all those fucking programs designed to troubleshoot, and I'll be sitting back, kicked back with my Xbox Series S, which is a phenomenal console, and honestly one that ran just as well as that 3070 Ti. Just as fucking well as the 3070 Ti, if not better, on the fucking games that matter, all right? Let me be very clear here, folks. Let me be very clear. I'm not having any trouble running the new Call of Duty. I'm not having any trouble running the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not having any trouble running Resident Evil Village, all right? You are. You PC clowns are so fucking stupid. Keep buying into that system that makes it harder to play games. Keep buying into the system that developers don't give a shit about. And keep convincing yourself that you're on the best platform, you fucking nerds. Hey, fire up Halo, baby. Let's go on Xbox.